Okay, here's what I got for climbing the mast. Because my mast has steps on it, it's not that big a deal, but because I still don't want to fall, I use a climbing harness. This is just something I picked up from REI, a mammoth or a mammoth, whatever you want to call it, which is a climbing harness, and it just allows me to have a little bit of security while I'm going up the mast. So let me show you what's going on here. I'll throw this on. I wear my coveralls going up the mast because the mast itself is filthy, and the showers in this particular marina are not terribly inviting, or should I say that the shower is not terribly inviting, so I don't tend to use it all that much. And I'm only here for a couple of days anyways. So we got this. As pretty as that is, okay. Cinch that down pretty good. Then what I do is I have a couple of nice ropes, which actually appear to be climbing ropes. And I'll take a short length of this. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a Zeppelin bend. If you don't know what a Zeppelin bend is, you can look it up on animated knots. But it's a really good bend to put a piece of rope together, such as that. Anyway, so I've got that, and then I've got these locking carabiners that I've had for quite a while. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw that on here. Well, I need to tie this around the mast. That's not going to work. But then I can go ahead and if I want to lock it in. And so this will be around the mast. And as I climb, I'm going to put this on top of each of the steps as I go up. And so at least that way, if I happen to lose my grip or something goes wrong, this will catch on the next step. That's the hope. Or at least it'll keep me close to the mast. Anyway, so I have that. And then I also have my sailing harness. And frankly, all this may be overkill, but until I become a little bit more confident about climbing the mast, I have this set up here, and then I'll use another carabiner and another piece of rope. And so that will give me support from the top side too. So frankly, if I get tired, I can just lean back a little bit. But that's just another, obviously I'll cinch this down and so forth. But the carabiner will help as I'm going around the mast. One at a time, I can undo the carabiner, and then, not around the mast, sorry, around the spreaders. I can move this. I still have to untie it to get around the spreaders. Okay, here's a new idea. It's not new, it's new to me though. So what I'm going to do is, when you climb, you use a double figure eight. And so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use that here. That's a double figure eight right there, looped around both of these ties. And then what I'll do over here is I'll make a bowline. I don't know what you can see. I hope you can see something. think my nerves are at play here. So, if I sit down on that a little bit, get that cinched down. Just give myself a bit of time here. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that, but see this stuff filled in here? Let's see. Again, I don't know what you can see and what you can't see. Anyways, there's spreader right here, and there's all this filler here. But this spreader actually needs to be up, like it is, but it falls down. Anyways, let's go ahead and see if we can get up a little higher here. Okay, let's see. Here's that silly sheave. And well, let's see. I'm not sure how I thought I was going to get in there to scrub at it, but I've got this. Can you see that here? I got this here, which it should be, hopefully is. Alrighty, that seems better though, doesn't it? Well, that sheave up there is pretty gritty. I'm going to give it some more opportunities here, but it just does not like to spin. It should spin real nice and free, and it's simply not. So that's a real bummer, because I'd have to take the mast down to affect any kind of real maintenance or swapping it out. Anyways, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to give it a try. More opportunities, go up there and degrease it. May actually bring up some oil and see if I can lightly oil it to see if that will help any at all. I think for the short term it'll be okay just for some light sailing here and there, but frankly I've got to go ahead and do some serious maintenance on that sheave.